Fox Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
Just like you, Fletcher Cox and the Eagles are fired up for a little Tuesday night football. On a Tuesday night, Philadelphia has not had quite the COVID problems, but the postponement allowed Jalen Hurts to get a little healthier.
Absolutely, and listen, he missed the game before bye week against the Jets. Gardner Minshew goes on the road, gets them a victory, had some Eagles fans concerned, saying maybe we got a quarterback controversy, but we'll find out here early because the guy has the second most rushing yards for a quarterback. He only trails Lamar Jackson, okay? He's got almost 700 rushing yards. So expect him when things get muddy, if things aren't clear, hey, just pull it down, use your legs, and run it. We'll find out how that ankle is right away.
His message this weird week, I don't know who's going to play. I don't care who's going to play. This is all about us.
And it'll be all about their defense first. Philadelphia has won the toss and has elected to defer. So Garrett Gilbert's second career NFL start is about to hit the field. We are ready to go in Philadelphia. Tuesday night football could get a little weird, Mark Sanchez. Here we go. DeAndre Carter leads the NFL in kick return yards, and he'll take a knee.
Fletcher Cox, they had some not so nice things to say to their former teammate.
On first down, Gibson trying to leap over the pile and no gain on the play. Stacked up by this Eagles defense that, at least on paper, should have the advantage tonight. Javon Hargrave and Fletcher Cox anchoring that defensive line for this top 10 Eagles defense in the National Football League. TJ Edwards, a career high in tackles this season, and a secondary that has one of the best corners in the game back there in Darius Slay.
Big play Slay. He's got 3 touchdowns for this defense. He's been a huge part of their turnaround this year in stopping these opposing offenses.
Carter in motion, Gilbert to throw, steps up in the pocket, and it's incomplete.
Get him back in there.
On third down and 10, Gilbert, good strong throw to midfield, short of the first down. Adam Humphries tripped up at the Eagle 49. They needed 10, he got 7, and the punt team coming on for Washington. Rager, the deep man, with his heels near the 5. Pressure up the middle. Wade just got rid of that one. Rager waving for the fair catch. He'll make it at the 11, and a timeout on the field. The Eagles offense will hit the field when we return to Philly. Jalen Hurts back in the starting lineup. Did not start the Jets game. He was injured with that ankle injury. You see the numbers, and it's those rush yards that stand out. 695 yards rushing. Only Jalen Hurts and Lamar Jackson lead their teams in both rushing yards and passing yards this year. And Jalen Hurts back under center as the Eagles start from their own 13-yard line.
180, 180.
Here's Sanders on first down, and Sanders picks his way to the 17-yard line. Eagles offensive line is really the area that you wonder about. They've had a couple of issues. Landon Dickerson, the left guard, going on the COVID list late this week. So you've got a little bit of a retooled offensive line up front. Miles Sanders, saw him with the carry. Still no touchdowns this year. He's rushed for almost 600 yards, has over 140 yards receiving.
I'll tell you what, Jason Kelsey, the center, and the right guard, Nate Herbig, had a great double team on that last play.
Here's Hurts to the sideline, catch by Devontae Smith, and shoved out of bounds a yard shy of the first down.
To be effective, you don't want to just run it down their throat.
3 tight ends. Hurts will pull it on play action. Bates in motion. Here's Gibson on first down to the 24.
When he's got the football, but other than that, you know, how's the play, Mrs. Lincoln? Jeez.
Down. Fox Super 6 is giving away a house this holiday season. Just scan the QR code now, enter the Christmas Special Challenge, and then opt into the house sweepstakes for your free chance to win the giveaway. It's free to play. Just download the Super 6 app. For the Eagles, who have surged after the 3-6 start, they've done it with one of the best run games in the National Football League. Over 212 yards on the ground over the last 4. They've gone 3-1 in those games. And on first down, they keep it on the ground. And Miles Sanders out to the 36-yard line. Third and 6, Washington rushes 4. Hurts over the middle. Goddard not dropping this one. He's got the catch and the first down to the Washington 46.
And you're just going to get a levels throw with Devontae Smith running underneath. He's going to run under, and you're going to get Goddard over the top. They're going to put the backer in a bind right there.
On 2nd and 12, play action. Hurts going to try to scramble away, and Hurts will throw it up the sideline. Caught but out of bounds. Devontae Smith, the intended receiver. Watch the feet here. Did he get them both down? One toe. And a second.
He's got it. I think he got that. Ask any fan in the building, they think he got it.
They just looked at it on the big screen. Nick Sirianni's 4 for 5 on challenges this year. He just threw the red challenge flag.
Philadelphia is challenging the ruling on the field of an incomplete pass.
The Heisman Trophy winner in 2020 making a Heisman-type play on the sideline. Nick Sirianni 4 for 5 on challenges this year. Looks like he's about to move to 5 for 6 on his challenges. Tony Corrente will tell us about the review.
After review, it is a completed pass. It'll be first down and 10 at the 20-yard line. Philadelphia will not be charged with a timeout. Game clock operator, please start the clock on my signal.
And how about Jalen Hurts? I mean, Sirianni dialed up his shot play. They had Devontae Smith taking the top off this defense, and Goddard running a deep corner route trying to flood that zone. Nothing was open, and to his credit, he does what he does best, extending plays, ready to use his legs, and then throws a strike. And what a grab by number 6, Devontae Smith.
28-yard pickup and a first down at the Washington 20. Toss play for Sanders, who gets 4 to the 16.
That's the same formation they ran with the 2 tight ends.
Play action. Gilbert on the roll, throwing for the end zone, threw it behind Ricky Seals-Jones, the tight end, and it's 2nd and goal. 3rd down. Gilbert looking. Nobody open. Throws back corner of the end zone, looking for Humphreys, and it's incomplete. Avonte Maddox on the coverage. Sweat's first game since Halloween. He had the broken jaw, then went on the COVID list. First down and 10. Up the middle for Sanders. Picks his way to the 33. This is Howard. Nope, play fake. Great fake by Hurts, and down the sideline it's Sanders. What a fake by Hurts. Sanders wide open as a result.
Well, you love these options here because you have two running backs. You don't know who's going to get it, but Miles Sanders ends up being the one on a pull read for the quarterback. Look at that. He faked out 2 or 3 guys on the end of the line of scrimmage, gave himself some breathing room. This is almost the exact play that they ran to Goddard that went the other way with just a catastrophe in that interception off of his heel. But clearly, they're comfortable enough to stick with that play, and they think it's going to work.
Watkins, the motion man on first down. Hurts will set up the tight end screen to Goddard. A flag is down as Goddard rolls forward near the 38-yard line.
Another quarter or two.
On 1st and 20, Sanders able to slip the first tackle before Jeremy Reeves got him around the ankle. Back in Philadelphia, where this is the first time since November 6th of 1934 the NFL has had 2 games played on a Tuesday. Chicago Cardinals defeated the Brooklyn Dodgers at Ebbets Field. We're talking football. The Philadelphia Eagles defeated the Cincinnati Reds 64-0. That game was at Temple Stadium. It was so bad that the game ended and the Cincinnati franchise folded. Right after the game, they're like, we're done. We can't do this anymore. We are out.
I don't think that happens tonight to either of these storied franchises. And there goes Jalen Hurts, baby.
Hurts with a good run into Washington territory. On 3rd and 9. Hurts all day to throw, nobody open. He can run. Hurts lunging forward. He's a yard short of a Philadelphia first down. Picks up 8. Crowd wants the Eagles to go.
Watch him hit this crease. They ran 2 linebackers in the middle, and he's got a lead blocker with Jordan Howard. He looked for the sticks at the last second, but all he needed to do was get close. They're comfortable going for this, understanding the analytics and trusting those numbers. Sirianni's all over it.
They have not been great on 4th down this year, just 5 of 15. The percentage is the worst in the National Football League.
I didn't say successful, I said comfortable.
Sanders and Howard in the backfield. It's a toss play to Howard. He's got the first down and much more. Pulled down at the 31 by Jeremy Reeves.
And all you got to do is high screen that guy. He's so big, he can't get around you.
And the punt into the end zone. Lot of history in this Washington Eagles rivalry, this NFC East battle between these two teams. Jarrett Patterson, the running back, and Patterson with a first down carry, fighting through contact, and the ball comes out late. The ball out late. Is this the first break? 7 carries for 20 yards so far for Gibson. 3rd down. Gilbert throws, and that's batted away, incomplete. TJ Edwards, the former Wisconsin Badger, spikes it to the turf, and it's 4th down.
You see, they're just going to run a little sit route in here behind McLaurin, and watch him. Garrett's just going to be a tick late. Right there, right inside. You want that ball thrown, I mean, just a fraction of a second sooner. And that just shows me, 1, it's tight coverage. 2, it's a guy learning a new system. Wanted to make sure and confirm that his receiver's open before he cuts that ball loose. And unfortunately on that play, there wasn't enough time.
First 3 and out, Tress Way. Good punt. All the way back to the 13-yard line. A timeout on the field. Eagles offense going back to work. Sunday, January 30th, Monarch arrives, starring Academy Award winner Susan Sarandon, Anna Friel, and Trace Adkins. In this music dynasty, when you inherit the legacy, you inherit the lies. Sunday, January 30th on Fox.
Nice, Kev.
Thanks. When you inherit some mist, you have a very unhappy Laura Oakman. And that's what we have in Philadelphia right now. Hurts off the play fake. All day to throw. Looking deep for his tight end, Goddard. And the ball is caught. Goddard with a catch at the 31. What a grab by the Eagle tight end.
And Jeremy Reeves, you're going to see Goddard. He's going to run a wheel. Watch him fake the out route, then get up. But look at Reeves recover, and then Goddard just went over the top, Randy Moss style, and took that thing away from him. Talk about a faith throw, trusted his target. That's one way to develop rapport with your tight end right there. Here, big boy, go get one for me.
45 yards on the pitch and catch. And a first down at the Washington 31. Hurts a little option. Sanders. Nice move on the outside to get positive yardage.
And he's throwing strikes all night.
Sanders. Bounce into the outside. Turning the corner. We got a block. Sanders out of bounds inside the 10. 20 yards for Miles Sanders, and it's first and goal.
And that's exactly what we mentioned earlier. But here come the big pullers in front of him. Look at him hide behind those guys. He's not a huge guy, so he can hide for a second. And if those D linemen lose him, that's when he can make his deadliest cuts like he just did and pierce this defense.
Quick toss, Rager to the 5, Rager to the 1.
Eagles woke up a little late, but they're awake now. The link is rocking. These fans are into it.
Timeout used by Washington. That defense needed to catch its collective breath as Miles Sanders, 785 scrimmage yards this season, the most in the NFL. 20-yard try for Jake Elliott. It's his 16th consecutive made field goal and his 37th consecutive made kick. And it gets the Eagles on the board. Eagles march 75 yards in 8 plays, but bogged down inside the 5 and settle for a 20-yard field goal. So we welcome you back to Lincoln Financial Field here in Philadelphia with Mark Sanchez and Laura Oakman. I'm Kevin Kugler. 10-3 in this NFC East battle. Significant wild card ramifications as these two 6 and 7 teams try to stay right in the thick of things going into the final 3 weeks of the season.
It looked like Philly finally hit their stride. They were going with tempo, no huddle, causing Washington to call timeout. But you look at these seasons for both teams, so similar.
It has been a spitting image for both of these teams. Washington 2-6. Eagles started 2-5. Washington's won 4 of their next 5. Philadelphia wins 4 of the next 6. And they both end with division duels down the stretch in these final 3 weeks in the NFC East. The way you want to see it. If you're a fan of the NFC East, that's what you want to see.
There goes your tempo.
And on 3rd down, and Gibson is buried in the backfield.
Look at Avery on the edge right here. Get a quick jump. Oh, Kev, you can't get any closer than that. That's.
I thought he was offside.
Offside by a nose hair. Yep. You know, like that was such a good jump off the edge. The play had no chance when you get a get off like that.
Rager, the deep man, as Way will punt it for Washington.
I mean, that's going to go on the defensive line teach tape. You literally can't do it better than that. That was impressive.
2nd down. Late pressure comes. Goddard with the catch, and Goddard down at the 28-yard line.
There's Smith right here in the slot.
4-man rush. Hurts over the middle. Goddard settling in, has the first down out to the 36-yard line.
And watch, these backers are going to part like the Red Sea, and Goddard's going to park it right in the middle. Jalen Hurts just executing an old school West Coast play. It's called Why Hank. And that's where you start with your eyes. That's where the read starts, and he nailed it.
Going with a little pace again. Pressure coming. Hurts eludes the rush. Floats it out beautifully to Rager. And out of bounds in Washington territory at the 47.
And watch, they run this almost the exact same play. They're going to run him here and Devontae Smith over the top, trying to get this safety in a bind. This time he doesn't bite. And what does Jalen Hurts do? He works the pocket beautifully, steps up, remains a passer, keeps his eyes downfield, and lays just a nice lollipop to his target. Excellent job, excellent read in the rain with pressure. Jalen Hurts is feeling it.
And that was outstanding touch on that ball to Rager.
Just a teardrop. Beautiful.
And an opening for Howard, and Howard tripped up at the 37. Jamin Davis kept that one at a 10-yard run.
Watch Big Howard, man. These guys will create a little room for him, and he does the rest. Just a quick little stutter step to assess it, find the right hole, and nailed it again. This run game has really taken off. Sirianni.
2nd and 6. Hurts backpedaling, throwing open, got it! First down and out of bounds at the 23.
And look at him working the pocket. He's going to have 2 short routes underneath. Goddard's going to come over the top. He's going to feel these defenders staying low. Watch him backpedaling out of this thing, dropping dimes down the field. He does it with touch. He puts that one on a rope, a frozen rope in the rain.
Jackson walked off the field for Washington. 1st down and 10. It's Sanders with the carry, and Sanders tossed down inside the 20. Dallas Goedert tonight has been outstanding, even with the ball dropped that caromed off his heel and turned into the Hurts interception. Last time out, 6 catches, 105 yards and 2 touchdowns, career high in yardage. In this first half, he's already got 5 catches, 98 yards, and if he secures that one that turned into the pick, he's already got a career high in yards.
Might have went 50 plus. Comes some pressure from Washington. He's signaling Devontae Smith too.
And a big hole for Sanders.
Options giving this when you get into 3rd and short with Jalen Hurts, it's so hard to defend because he can run it, he can throw it. They got quick game off of it.
That's Darius Slay in motion, and the give is to Sanders. Giant hole, 1st and goal to the 4.
They get such an advantage in numbers knowing that the quarterback can run it. Huge advantage for that offense.
2-minute warning in Philadelphia. Eagles trying to tie it before the break. Eagles Santa much happier right now. Everybody ready for the holidays.
Look at how quick they're lining up. They're trying to catch him off guard.
It's Hurts on the keep. What a fake! Hurts to the goal line and stopped just short.
See how close he was to this goal line. Put the move on Collins and almost got past him.
It's Kurt Menefee, what do you have coming up for us at the half?
Okay, start the clock. Howie, this is what's coming up at the half.
Highlights.
Yes, of the Rams and this football team.
Seahawks.
Yes, it's all coming up on what?
The Verizon halftime show.
You got it. You're a winner.
What do I get?
A chance to punch.
Hey, what? Really?
Hurts, the sneak, the touchdown for the Eagles.
Look at Jason Kelsey. Kelsey and Sua-Peta are just going to collapse this whole side down. What's that? And Mailata, that whole left side.
And the Eagles are going for 2 here, Mark Sanchez. And we've got a brand new game. Tied tied at 10 with 1:29 to go in the first half after the 11-play, 77-yard drive. Week 16 kicks off with the 49ers at Titans on Thursday Night Football on NFL Network, followed by a special Christmas Day doubleheader featuring the Browns and Packers on Fox, NFL Network, and Amazon, followed by Colts at the Cardinals on NFL Network. So now Washington with one timeout left, Mark, and a quarterback who's been on your roster for approximately 5 days since being signed late Thursday off the Patriots practice squad. How aggressive do you get if you're
Say, okay, are we going to try and take a shot or go in at halftime tied up? But the best part about it is these 2-minute calls are usually the easiest ones to remember. The shorter and quick hitting plays.
Here's Carter. Oh, opening for DeAndre Carter. Carter may change the calculus here for Washington with a return to the 47-yard line. There is a flag down at the 40 during this return.
Look at this cut right there. Slamming on the brakes.
Return of the kick, holding, receiving team number 50. 10-yard penalty, first down.
Swing pass Gibson up the sideline, and Gibson out of bounds after a 2-yard pickup. Alex Singleton tossed him out.
Look for a quick out route or something to the sideline.
Gilbert under pressure, in trouble, down he goes! Fletcher Cox, his second sack of the year.
See, Big 91, Eagles fans love this. Boom, there's Fletch working the game off the edge and just pulls him down. That'll end it right there.
And that takes us to halftime. In the rain and the chill and the pressure of the playoff race, a 10-10 game at the break here in the NFC East. Our first half stats are brought to you by State Farm. 159 yards passing, 102 rushing for the Eagles, who have certainly dominated statistically, but at the break, 10-10 Washington and Philadelphia. Verizon halftime right after these messages. That was today's game flow, brought to you by Progressive. Start of the third quarter, 10-10 our score, alongside former NFL quarterback Mark Sanchez. I'm Kevin Kugler. What was a punch-counterpunch kind of first half for these two teams.
The Eagles went into halftime with all the momentum. Now they're getting the ball coming out in this third quarter with a chance to really open up this lead.
In the game, but it's really turned around for this Philly offense.
And he's gotten some help from Goddard. He's gotten some help from Jalen Reagor right there. Both guys making key catches and then sneaking it in behind that offensive line. They've looked like the offense is supposed to. This is who they are with Jalen Hurts rushing the ball, rushing for a touchdown, throwing for over 150 yards in the first half. I mean, he's playing smart. He's playing sharp in the rain, taking care of the football now. He's got to do it the rest of the game.
Here's Sanders on first down. Big hole for Sanders.
With that initial gain on first down, a huge run play to set up second and short.
Hurts will pull it. Hurts will keep. Hurts has the first down, sliding at the 41-yard line.
Both questionable. I'll finish in a second.
All right, Laura, thanks very much. We'll hear from you in a moment. Another giant hole for Sanders, and Sanders on the run inside the 30 and down, shy of the 20-yard line.
And watch the O-line blow this thing open right in front of Sanders right there. Opeta on the move, Mailata, and look at Jason Kelsey all the way down the field. Putting his hands up. Kels is killing me. We're former teammates. I know exactly what he's thinking. He's saying, follow my block, man.
Sanders over 100 yards rushing. Toss over the middle to the tight end and down inside the 5, or is he? Finally, Goddard pulled down at the 2 by Landon Collins.
I mean, Jason Kelce, what an absolute stud. He's 30, 40 yards down the field, throwing blocks, getting frustrated that the halfback doesn't follow him. Now you see 4 wide receivers out on the edge. Be ready for a quick throw, because Goddard's got 3 blockers. Or a sneak.
It's the sneak. Hurts into the end zone, and the Eagles, for the first time tonight, take the lead.
And you see what they're trying to do here is show all these wide receivers outside. And Jalen Hurts has to make a decision. Do we have the right numbers to let Goddard have 3 blockers, or do we want to just sneak this thing in? He saw that they had it covered outside. No need to put this ball in the air. Keep it on the ground and take it into pay dirt.
Elliott remains perfect on extra points this year, and a 17-10 lead for the Eagles early in the 3rd. Jalen Hurts fired up. The offense rolling for Philadelphia. Six-play, 75-yard drive capped by the 2nd rushing touchdown of the night for Jalen Hurts. In the drive, Miles Sanders had the 37-yard run, the longest Philly run of the season, going against a Washington defense that is now down 2 more players. Daniel Wise out, William Jackson out for the rest of the game.
We saw the head man there, Sirianni, nudging his quarterback and reminding him, hey, buddy, it's okay to smile. Look like you're having fun out here. If they want to stay in this game, the Eagles aren't just going to roll over and die.
Pressure up the middle. They wanted the screen, and the pass is intercepted at the 21. It is a pick. Trying to set up the screen, and Rodney McLeod with a diving interception.
See if McLeod got his hands under this thing before it hit the turf. It looked like he did. And Gilbert was feeling that pressure, had to get that ball out.
Here's Gibson on 2nd and 10, trying to bounce outside, and Gibson will lose a yard. First contact from Avonte Maddox blew up the play.
Ball back inside, make him cut up inside where all his help's at. Executed perfectly.
Gibson just 22 yards rushing. Gilbert pocket collapsing, throws incomplete, and the Eagles defense stands up again. Punt team coming on for Washington.
And you see this pocket closing fast. Fletcher Cox coming from the outside, but this thing, the walls are closing in quickly on Gilbert. Doesn't have much room to step up. Has to just get that ball away and avoid a sack. But this defense is feeling that momentum from late in the 2nd quarter in the last play of the 1st half with Fletcher Cox in that sack.
Rager from the 30-yard line. 17-10 Eagles rolling right now at home. Sanders to the outside, got a block, and Sanders out of bounds near the 40-yard line.
And watch Kelce again getting all the way around. This is hard. Look at this, center has to go all the way around to the edge. And watch him. He's flying, picking up bodies on the way. For a guy to be doing that this late in his career, at his size, man, he's one tough player.
How about the night from Miles Sanders? First Eagle with consecutive 100-yard rushing games since LaShawn McCoy back in 2014.
I remember watching him do that.
Hurts off the play fake, going to scramble. He's got the first down and more. Hurts sliding across midfield and down at the Washington 48. 11-yard run.
He's so deadly because he sees all these backers and they're all just going to fly out of here once they realize it's play action, and they're going to avoid this entire area in the middle of the field. So Hurts is like, why even get this ball airborne? I'll go do it myself. And wisely gets down before he takes another hit. That's the only issue. It's a guy on the move like that, using his legs that much. He's susceptible to hits, but he's done a good job of getting down.
On first down and 10, this is Howard looking for running room to the left side, and he's down to the 41. Philadelphia now over 175 yards rushing as a team. It's the 7th straight game, Mark, that they've been able to do that. The last NFL team to do that was the 1985 Chicago Bears. Pretty good squad. On third down and 6. Hurts with pressure coming, wants the Join Fox Sports in giving the gift of play this holiday season by supporting the She Who Plays campaign with nonprofit partner Good Sports to keep girls in low-income communities across the country engaged in sports and play. Visit goodsports.org/Fox Sports to learn more. Kevin Kugler, Mark Sanchez, Laura Oakman, our entire Fox crew on a Tuesday night. Play action for Gilbert on first down. Pressure up the middle, and he throws it away with Ridgeway providing the heat.
Wanted to get some first down completions, but you see what happens when you don't get it. You get to a second and long, and plays like this, it just adds insult to injury here. And now you're really behind the sticks in your own territory. This is going to be tough sledding.
Boy, Teron Jackson, the rookie from Coastal Carolina, what a play.
Look at him knife through the offensive line. Excellent technique, finding the right gap, playing his gap and not getting confused by the fly motions and misdirection runs.
Third down and 16 for Gilbert in Washington. Eagles rush 4. Gilbert going deep. Jump ball from McLaurin working against Slay, and it's incomplete.
And as much as they're trying to come down with that football, they're almost just hoping to draw a penalty on a deep double move to McLaurin. They got to get him involved in the offense. And this is one way to try. It's just, these are so low percentage. And you see Gilbert taking a shot there from Hargrave.
Rager, the deep man for Philadelphia. Washington will punt again. They were up 10-0 at the end of one. The offense has gone into cold storage since then. From the 27, Rager across the 35 and down near the 38. 17-10 Eagles. Philly football when we return.
Mentioning your name. Think of that.
Big night tonight in Philadelphia. They honored Harold Carmichael, the Hall of Famer, at halftime. Led the Eagles in catches and yards 7 times in his career. A then NFL record of 127 straight games with a catch. His ring of excellence at halftime. The Pro Football Hall of Fame enshrinee, still beloved here in Philadelphia. When he retired, he was the Eagles' all-time leader in games played, catches, yards, touchdowns. He was fantastic. And I got a huge ovation at halftime. 1st and 10. Best starting field position of the night for Philadelphia. And a run up the middle for Sanders to the 41-yard line.
Well, we were out here for practice on Friday, and I saw that signature. I said, wait, who is that? And it was only the number 17 and HOF 2020 that gave it away. But he would always just give the quarterbacks a hard time.
On third down, Sanders plows up the middle for a first. From the 49 on first down, Howard with a gaping hole up the middle, and Howard into the secondary. Down at the 36 of Washington, and the run game for Philly continues to chew up big yards.
Look at watch Kels. They'll double team here, and look at this huge hole that gets opened up. Lane Johnson, he's boxing the guy out. Look at Lane. Lane's giving the first down signal before that thing even hit the line of scrimmage.
Hurts the toss to the outside, and Greg Ward bouncing off tackles down the sideline and Ward out of bounds. They'll say he stepped out at the 27. 9-yard pickup on the play.
And this kind of footwork, you're essentially like a second baseman or a shortstop turning two with what Jalen Hurts just did in the rain with the slick ball. That's some of the best ball handling I've seen in a long time. That is not easy footwork. We did some of that stuff here in Philly with Chip Kelly. And when you fake the opposite direction, have to flip your whole body around and deliver a strike to the edge on the perimeter, that is not easy. He made that look effortless. Impressive by Jalen Hurts. And it looks like Casey Tuhill's down.
And now trying to overcome the rushing attack of the Eagles. So far 207 yards and counting as they plow forward on second and short to get the first behind the legs of Jordan Howard. From the Washington 26. Hurts over the middle. Catch is made short of the first down. No advance thanks to Cole Holcomb wrapping up Devontae Smith. Pickup of 7 and the field goal team coming on to stretch it to a 2-score game. 37-yard try for Jake Elliott. And a flag down as the kick is good. It's 4th and 6. There was movement up front. Did the flag come in and stop the play before the field goal? And it is going to be on Washington.
Pointing at Washington.
Offside defense number 93. This penalty has been declined. And they've accepted a field goal.
Oh, wow.
So they've accepted the field goal. Sidelines to Nick Sirianni. Like, is that really what you want to do? Yeah? Yeah. We're going to stay with the points. Well, you feel pretty good with a 2-score lead right now, the way you've run the ball if you're Nick Sirianni and this Eagles attack. And this has been the recipe in this last 4-game stretch. They're 3-1 in these 4 games because the running game is averaging 213 yards per game. They've played better defense, allowing just over 18 points per game. But a rushing attack that's been churning out 213 yards per game, usually enough to get it done in the National Football League. And they're right at 213 again tonight as we play on here late in the 3rd.
And that's just a physical brand of football. Dare I say, Broad Street bullies here in Philly. But dang, I mean, these guys get it done with the running back by committee. It's a whole stable of backs in there. Sanders, Howard, and don't forget Jalen Hurts.
Celebrate Christmas with a boom. Fox Sports proudly presents a documentary tribute to one of football's most beloved figures, the coach, the broadcaster, the video game. All Madden premieres Christmas Day at 2 Eastern, 11 Pacific on Fox. Dominance.
Jeez, that time of possession.
Wow, yardage disparity. It was 10-0 Washington. It's been all Philadelphia since. Here's Gibson trying to get things going, and he gets popped by Alex Singleton.
They're feeling it. Look at Singleton.
And that'll take us to the end of the 3rd quarter. A quarter dominated by the Philadelphia Eagles, up 20-10 after 3. You're watching the NFL on Fox.
Defense is back.
4-man rush. Gilbert airing it out for Humphrey during the week.
Reverse.
And it's Carter. Oh, trying to get the edge. Gilbert with a good block, and Carter with a lot of room inside the 10. It'll be 1st and goal Washington. But a flag down.
Personal foul, blindside block, offense, number 77. 15-yard penalty, repeat, 1st down.
Cost Washington a 30-yard play, 1st and 13. And Gibson stumbling down at the line of scrimmage. Derek Barnett there to cover him up. This kickoff dying at the 4. And looking for a little running room. Gainwell out of bounds. And the Eagles go back to work on offense. Christmas Day on Fox. The Browns take on Aaron Rodgers and the Packers. Then catch Colts Cardinals on NFL Network. It's a Christmas Day doubleheader on Fox, NFL Network, and streaming on Prime Video. Gainwell in motion on 2nd and 7. Hurts with time, comes back to Quez Watkins, who makes the catch and has the first down at the 31.
And watch, Gainwell ends up going off the screen here, but this is exactly who Jalen Hurts is reading. He's got that flare route by the running back, and as soon as he feels the backer right there, or excuse me, the safety Reeves, work towards the halfback, he throws that ball right off his ear. Excellent read, excellent accuracy, ball location on that conversion.
Play fake on first down. Hurts backpedaling, finds Jack Stoll, and the rookie from Nebraska hangs on. 2nd and 3 for Philadelphia. Low snap to Hurts, who gives it to Howard, trying to find running room on the right side, and he does enough to get the first down at the 43. 2nd down and 10 for the Eagles. 9 minutes to play. Howard to the outside. Sweat had first contact on him. Of the incompletions for Jalen Hurts, 3 of his 6 incompletions have been flat drops. On 3rd down, Hurts to Rager. No drop here. Rager, first down and more. Blocking in front, and Rager out of bounds inside the 20-yard line. He had Lane Johnson leading him down that right sideline.
And look at this block by Lane Johnson. He's going to fake here and then release out, and the receiver's just going to run a little tunnel screen. And watch Lane. Excellent job being patient, waiting for anybody else, and then leading the charge downfield. But that's where Jalen Rager's most effective.
Hurts on the run, the throw for the end zone. It is caught. Greg Ward. What a catch. His first touchdown since October 3rd.
Greg Ward. This is an excellent catch. It's like a user catch in Madden. Reeves was all over him. And Jalen Hurts fired a missile at him right at the back of his head. The awareness to turn around. And same thing, man. Feel free to smile. You play one hell of a game, kid.
Elliott on for the extra point. And the kick by Elliott makes it a 10-point game, 27-17. What an answer by the Philadelphia Eagles, and the touchdown to Greg Ward.
And what a drive when they needed it. I mean, watch this ball comes out of his hand. That is just a strike. Fly paper on his hands. Unbelievable. And I can't say enough about these conditions. I mean, sometimes trying to catch that football, even a shotgun snap, it's like a salmon covered in Vaseline, man. That's hard.
He made it look easy. The former college quarterback,
Spider-Man,
played in the AAF for San Antonio. His 3rd touchdown catch of the year. And what a reaction. I think he's not fired up. He had 6 touchdown grabs a year ago, but had been shut out for the better part of 2 months from the end zone.
Look at Lane. Almost threw him out of the stadium.
Well, Greg Ward looked down like, wait a minute, how did I get this get high up in the air? Gilbert off the play fake, floats it down the sideline looking for Ricky Seals-Jones, well covered by Maddox. From the 36, Gilbert short to Ricky Seals-Jones, and that turf getting a little tacky. It's taken a lot of moisture with that non-stop mist through the first, second, and third quarters. Gilbert wide of Ricky Seals-Jones, and it'll bring up second down. This ended up going to SMU, got drafted by the Rams in the 6th round. 8 teams later, including a stop in the AAF, he's called out of the...
What a stud.
Gilbert with the pocket collapsing, checks it to Gibson. A little spin, and Gibson dropped by Maddox after a short gain. 10th play of this long, time-consuming drive. Gilbert will throw, and it's batted away. Darius Slay got a hand on that one. 3rd down and 7.
Just a little late. Slay makes a great break on this. You're going to see him at the top of the screen. Watch him slam on the brakes. That ball's got to get airborne quickly. And if you see that soon enough, you'd like him to throw it to that corner route over the top to Dax Milne, number 15, who ran that like 12-yard short corner right where Slay was vacating. Just not enough reps in the system. It's hard to see those things.
3rd and 7. Eagles rush 4. Pressure coming from the backside. Gilbert tripped up, flips it forward to Milne, and he makes the catch at the 39. It'll be a loss of 2 on the flip with the pressure from Derek Barnett.
Look at Barnett. He's going to come from the left side of your screen, chasing him down. He's the one who gets him to clip his heel.
Brian Johnson was warming up on the sidelines thinking long field goal, but with the 2-yard loss back to the 39, Washington is going to keep the offense on for a 4th and 9. Gilbert hit as he tries to throw, the ball popping out. Ricky Seals-Jones wanted to scoop it and advance it. It is no good for Seals-Jones to make that move. And the Eagles defense forces the turnover on downs. Javon Hargrave with the heat up the gut on Garrett Gilbert.
And watch him right here apply the pressure that eventually gets to Gilbert. Boom, him and Fletcher Cox just sandwich Garrett Gilbert. This Eagles defense is feeling it. Really riding the momentum of the crowd. The Eagles playing complimentary football, and Garrett Gilbert doing his best to stand in there. Just nothing working downfield, and that 4th and 9 was a difficult spot for him to be in.
We talked to Javon Hargrave. He said that he had an argument this week with Fletcher Cox as to who was faster.
Yeah, I saw Fletch in the pregame, and I said, hey man, did you lose a step? I think Hargrave's a little faster than you. He said, when? When did you see that? I said, Friday at practice. He just kind of gave me a sideways look.
Yeah, Hargrave said, I say I win. He says, he's talking numbers and all that,
yeah,
but I win. Hurts 279 yards passing, 38 rushing, part of a rushing attack that's rushed for 224 yards, and a franchise quarterback record. Hurts with 2 rushing touchdowns tonight and 10 on the year, knocking Michael Vick from that Eagles top spot. 2nd down. This is Howard, and Howard plowing down to the 43-yard line. I want to welcome those of you who watched Seattle and the Rams. Kevin Kugler, Mark Sanchez, Laura Oakman, our entire Fox crew here. 3rd and 2. Hurts to Goddard with a 1st down, and he stops inbounds to keep the clock running to the 2-minute warning. And Philadelphia just about ready to salt this win away over the Washington football team. The 2-minute warning has arrived on that pass to Dallas Goedert, and the Eagles 2 minutes away from a win that'll keep them right in the thick of the chase for the NFC wildcard. Coming up next, it's the State Farm postgame show. Kurt and the gang will recap tonight's action from Los Angeles. 27-17, the Eagles about to close this one out. Garrett Gilbert, 194 yards for Washington in his 2nd career start, but Jalen Hurts, 334 total yards, 2 rushing touchdowns, 1 passing touchdown, and the Eagles with their 5th rushing game of 200 yards or more this season.
Pure dominance in the run game.
Howard will try the left side, and he'll get yardage. If you're joining us later, you're with Seattle and the Rams. Here's the rushing attack of Philadelphia that took control of this game. Jalen Hurts. The Hurts touchdown pass to Greg Ward seals the deal for the Philadelphia Eagles.
I mean, that play made the link erupt here in South Philly. And what a throw, but what an impressive catch. But Jalen Hurts has played lights out.
Eagles, assuming catastrophe does not occur, are about to go to 7-7, and this is the schedule. And this is interesting for Philadelphia. They've got the beleaguered Giants coming up on a short week, then they're back to take on Washington on the road. Mark, I know it feels like week 15 for us just started, but week 16 starts in 2 days. 49ers and Titans on Thursday Night Football on NFL Network, followed by a special Christmas Day doubleheader featuring the Browns and Packers on Fox, NFL Network, and Amazon, followed by Colts at the Cardinals on NFL Network. Bo Garrett, our producer, Darren Foster, our director tonight. Marlboro, our associate director.
Impressive win. This score is not indicative of the way the Eagles really manhandled the Washington football team today.
Jalen Hurts and the Eagles now 7-7 with the win over Washington, 27-17. For Mark Sanchez, Laura Oakman, and our entire crew, I'm Kevin Kugler saying so long from Philadelphia. Coming up after the break, it's the State Farm postgame show. Kurt and the gang will recap tonight's action from Los Angeles. Eagles win it 27-17 on a Tuesday night in Philly.